Okay, be honest. Have you ever Googled why is my metabolism broken in the middle of the night after an endless day of work? Or stared at your salad expecting it to just melt away the stubborn 5, 15, or 20 plus pounds that you've been struggling with for years? I've been there, and guess what? Your metabolism is not broken, but it may be a little confused. I'll explain exactly what I mean and what you can do about it. Your metabolism is like your body's energy budget, and it's made up of 4 main parts. Number 1, BMR, your basal metabolic rate. This is kind of like your body's maintenance crew. Think of it like your plumbers and the janitor that keeps everything running. So your heart beating, your lungs breathing, your blood flowing. This is how much energy you burn on any given day without moving or doing anything. And here's the thing, your BMR makes up about 60 to 70% of your total metabolism. Second, we have exercise energy expenditure, and this is your overachiever. This is the energy you burn while you are on purpose working out, like lifting weights, going to a class, whatever intentional workout it may be. This is your exercise energy expenditure. Here's the thing, all of those spinning classes and all of the HIIT sessions, all the burpees that you do trying to make up for the cookies and ice cream you had yesterday. The reason it doesn't work is because your exercise energy expenditure only makes up about 5 to 10% of your total metabolism. So it's a very, very small part, and that's why you can't really out-exercise nutrition. Number 3, we have NEAT, and NEAT stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Now this one's a little sneaky, but it's very, very important because it's all the movement you make without thinking about it and without it being on purpose. So including fidgeting, gestures, winking, anything that you do without thinking about it goes into the bucket of NEAT. Your NEAT makes up about 15 to 30% of your total metabolism. And here is something very, very important for you to be aware of. NEAT is not something that we can really control. It's something that our body does. And when we are constantly dieting and lowering our calories, our body adjusts. We'll get into that in a second. But one way that it adjusts is by bringing down our NEAT. And you might think that you can control that. It's okay. I'm still going to fidget. I'm still going to have all my gestures and move around, but I promise you this is not something that you're going to be aware of. So when your body is trying to preserve energy because you keep lowering your food intake, one of the ways that it compensates is by lowering your NEAT. And our 4th and final component that makes up your metabolism is your thermic effect of food, or TEF. Fun fact, protein is the VIP of TEF. Meaning your body has to work harder to digest it, so it actually burns more calories while digesting protein. It's kind of like the overachiever on your plate. So why does this matter for fat loss? Here's the deal. Your body is designed to survive, not to help you fit into your favorite jeans. I know, it's unfair, but that's the way it is. So when you've spent years on and off restrictive diets, combined with stress from your 9 to 5, or should I say 9 to 9, your metabolism has learned to hit the brakes. It's not your fault, it's just biology. Your body just adjusts to the lower calories that it's getting. And you might have heard of something called starvation mode. Starvation mode is not actually a thing. However, what is a thing is metabolic adaptation. And that sounds like a fancy word, but all it means is that your body is very, very smart at keeping you alive. So think of this as something like a really, really energy efficient car. If in the beginning you give your car a full tank and it knows that that's what it gets, and it will use up the entire tank to get from A to B. But over time, you fill it up only to 75% or 50% with this really, really smart car, which is your body. It learns and it understands that, okay, we're only getting 75%. Well, let me down regulate so that that is all I need. And then let me down regulate to 50. Whatever you give me, I will do my best to adjust to, which is why you keep dropping your calories lower and lower, but not really getting results. And if on top of that, you have a stressful lifestyle with a busy, intense career, then we cannot forget about your stress hormone, cortisol, which is necessary. We all need it. We all have it. We're never going to get rid of it. However, if you take the combination of years of restrictive diets and a high stress lifestyle, it's basically like a recipe against fat loss. Your body is going to cling on to every little ounce of fat on your body for dear life. Now, could you technically lower your calories far enough to still lose weight? Yes, absolutely. But I would not recommend it because you can only lower your calories so far while also still being healthy, taking care of your hormones and your metabolism. At some point, it's going to crash and burn. So don't do it. So if all of this sounds familiar, if you feel like you have been dieting for a long time and you're not really getting the results, you have to drop your calories to an extreme point to see any kind of weight loss. And even when you do, it still doesn't really give you what you actually want. Make sure to check out our Metabolism Reset Masterclass because we go into more depth there about signs that you have a slow metabolism, how that actually happens, and what you can do about it step by step with all the details. So make sure you check that out. I'll drop the link in the description box. Now, here are 3 general things that you can do to upregulate your metabolism and make sure that you're actually able to lose weight in a healthy way. Tip number 1, eat more strategically. Listen to me. Strategically is very important. We're not just eating more because our metabolism is downregulated and we're going to go for a burger and fries 3 times a day and have some ice cream because that's what our metabolism needs. You should have all those foods in the right amounts. You should not cut anything out. However, when I say eat more, I mean strategically, not just eat whatever. And the reason for that is your body needs a lot of nutrients and it needs them in specific amounts. Now that is very individual. It really depends on who you are, your history, your goals, all of those things. But it is very important for you to get the right amount of protein to actually get the strength and tone look that you want, which is something I'll touch on again in a second. It is very important to get all the micronutrients that you need, so your vitamins, your minerals, because that also gives you energy and helps you then actually work out and enjoy life. So eat more, but strategically. Number 2, build muscle. I know you hear the word muscle and you think bulky. Get rid of that image of the big bodybuilder in your mind when we say the word muscle, because that is not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is just a healthy amount of muscle for you to actually feel strong, do everything you need to do in daily life, age gracefully, have strong bones, and strength to lift your suitcase up over your head without needing help. But also, huge benefit is a good, healthy amount of lean muscle actually is what's going to get you that toned look that you want, because you don't just want to be skinny, you want to be toned, right? And on top of that, the more muscle you have, the faster your metabolism is too, because it burns more. So it's a win, win, and win. And tip number 3, because I know you are just as busy and overachieving as I am, prioritize rest and stress management. I know this sounds like, whatever, I don't need that. However, the thing is, when you are constantly stressed out and your metabolism is already down-regulated, you're going to have a much, much, much harder time actually losing weight and keeping it off, which is what you want, right? You don't just want to see a number on the scale. You want to get there in a way that's healthy, that you can enjoy, and you ultimately want to live the life that you dream of, right? You want to have energy. You want to get the most out of this one life that we have. So in order to do that, learn how to slow down. And I know meditation and breathing exercises might sound like woo-woo and not really necessary to lose weight. But if you are finding yourself stressed out more often than not, I promise you, focusing on de-stressing consciously on purpose is going to have a huge effect on your actual weight loss results. Now, if you're finding yourself nodding along like, yeah, that's me, that sounds like me, I've been struggling with this, I don't really know what to do, go ahead and click the link below to book a free metabolism audit call with me, where I'll understand your history and help you really figure out what your next steps should actually be so that you can boost your metabolism. But what that really means is losing weight and building a healthy amount of strength and muscle in a way that allows you to lose the weight that you want, keep it off, and do it all in a way that actually fits your life, your schedule, your lifestyle, and what you actually like and want to do, because that is different for everybody. And I know what you need is not really information, because that's at your fingertips all the time. What you need is help figuring out what is right or wrong for you specifically and how to actually make that right information fit your life and your goals. So click the link, book your free metabolism audit with me so that I can help you figure all of that out for yourself.